Welcome to my work table. I wanted to show y'all what I've been working on. Hopefully y'all can see it. See if I can get my light working more on the subject. Okay. This is a very special project that I made for my son who is graduating, and I wanted him to have a special journal for him, his graduation present, since I've never made him one, and he is the type of person that would keep a good journal if he had one. So so I'll tell you what I started with. I started with this black book here, and I got the book for free somewhere, I'm sure. Probably the library thrift store. So I'll just turn it this way so you can see. On the cover, I wanted to have something that you could see the colors through. So I started looking and looking and looking and looking, and I never found anything. And I finally came up with using a rectangular doily. And then I'm like, it still looks girly. So I cut off the edges. And then I put some string that I had, similar to this one, just different color, around that. And then I started stamping with my homemade stamper daubers, ink colors onto it. Oh yeah, and behind it I glued on some blue and green tissue paper and little, squares about that size right there, 1 to 2 inch. And then I glued that all down to the book, and I glued the top of it so that it would be preserved. And then on this side I had a diamond stamp, so I used the diamond stamp all over it and then used it with different colors. He wanted blue and green, so that's what I chose to do that with. Then here, when I made this little spine thing that has the bumps, like antique bump thingies, I didn't measure quite right, so it didn't go all the way to where it was supposed to go. So I took some more of that blue tissue paper and just sunk it in there, squished it in and glued it in. And I thought it looked kind of neat. So I never throw anything away if I think something doesn't look quite right. I just go with it, and eventually it starts looking good. Then here we added, I added these gears with some super glue. I like the super glue because it has that skinny nozzle, and it works really good for this kind of a thing. And then here, I was gonna put a lock, but I didn't have a lock, so I decided to go with these metal buttons. And so I just, if you can see, I put, hold on, now you can see it. I put some string through the hole in the button, and then I added a button onto that so I could have a taller spot for the leather closure, which is just a belt that I have split in the middle with a box cutter. And of course I put another metal button here, and the button moves. So I told him that he can put whichever direction he wants. Anyway, then I added these little key, like a little keychain. So it looks kind of like that it's locked, even though it's not. And on the inside, I added this little Ex Libre thing right here so he can put his name. And then I used my little stamp, self-inking stamp, all over the inside cover to make it look really cool. And for this, I just knotted it and then went around in a circle and glued it down. And I tried, I failed, but I tried to make a little